Good day all. Today I'm going to cook a traditional Saudi Arabian meal, which is rice with meat, any type of meat. Today I'll use lamb meat. First, let me tell you about the types of rice. This is basmati, white basmati. This is the lightest type of rice. Then we go to mezza rice. Then I go to calderosi rice. Then we go to the American rice. Everyone has features. Later I'll be talking about them. Now let me start with you about the kabsah today. Let's go ahead. The spices makes a big difference in cooking. Now I own a big factory for spices. This is one of my spices. You see even my picture here. This is for meat. The spices have aroma, and to get the aroma they have to go through very high heat. If you don't expose them to high heat, you won't get the full aroma of the spices. Simple as that. Therefore, now I have on the pot onions, garlic, and I will put the spices in order to make sure their aroma and oils go out. Remember this all. As you can see here, onion, garlic, some of my spice, and tomato paste. If you cook the tomato paste with oil and let it real barbecue, you will get a real good taste from this tomato paste. Just remember this as a secret for cooking. Let me now stir these together and I'll show you the result. Soon as you see the spices started to stick on the bottom of the pot, immediately add some water. Add water to it, because if the spices burn, they will give a very bitter taste, and that's bad. Don't let them burn. So I added some water, like quarter a cup, and let this form as a paste, and this has all the taste that will make your meal succeed. Give it 5 minutes, then I will add the meat. I added the meat, I moved it around, give it 3-4 minutes, make sure the paste does not burn. I will add the salt later, in a later stage. It will take the meat about an hour 20 minutes to cook. If you use pressure cooker, electric or regular, it will be faster, but since I have some time, I will use just regular, and I put it high heat. I'll add water now to it and give it an hour 15 minutes, and I will check. Now 1 hour passed. I checked the meat, it's 3/4 cooked or done. I will add the rice on top of it. Other ways you can also take the meat and put it in the oven, but I'm today going to put it all together. I added some rice and I added water. I needed more water. The topping, or kishna, called kishna, on top of the rice when you put it on the plate before you eat. We make it in so many different ways. You can make it in different ways. I'll do it in one way, simple. There are spices for it, and I make one in my factory. It's basically crushed lemons, sumac, garlic powder, cumin, coriander, different stuff. But you can use any other spice you want. Cardamom is very important, very important. I'll show you how I make this one, and you can modify it and do it the way you like. Look at it. You start with the main ingredient, onions, little oil, make them caramelize. You see, the kishna cannot be only onions, sliced onions, enough. But I do it, in a different way. This is my spice, and I start stirring it together. This is the first thing. You see the onions changed color enough for it. I added chickpeas and shredded carrots. I will mix them before the onions burn. Just half a minute, then I turn the stove off, and I move it away from the stove so it doesn't cook more. That's it. Let it smell with each other. Now the meat is almost done, so I add the rice to it. You ask me how I measure the quantity of water and rice. My way, I leave about 2 centimeters, like an inch or less, little bit of water on top of the rice. This is how I do it, and then you watch it. Now I will reduce the stove to number 7, electric. Then slowly I see how the water is much or less, because the type of rice, each type of rice, needs a certain quantity of water. This is my cat watching me. Hello, how are you? Wanna play? I reduced 1 cup of from the soup, so that's why I'm saying you need to adjust and watch it and stand by it until you see most of the water is gone. Then put it on the lowest heat, cover it 20 minutes, and then watch it. Now only like a quarter of the water is remaining there. What I do, I put the kishna on top, I spread it around, and I put the stove on the lowest, very low. I cover it. If you cover it with aluminum foil, much better, and leave it for 20 minutes. After 20-25 minutes, the rice is done. You see, there is a mistake people make when they want to take a rice out. They go to the middle with the big spoons and they damage the rice. No, the right way to do it is from the sides. Just shovel it a little bit, like that. Then flip the pot with the rice and meat on your plate. This will make sure the rice is not broken and is not squashed. Now I will flip it on top of my plate. This is our kabsah. This is one way of making kabsah. There are so many ways depending on the regions in Saudi Arabia. I will make another style with chicken. That's much easier. Just watch my channel, subscribe, especially if you speak Arabic. And I will write you now my YouTube channel. You will see some English clips. This is Alojaimi from Saudi Arabia, Dammam. Thank you, and we'll see you again.